So we do the math there, and Oregon takes it by .1. 28-6-5 for the Ducks. And a 28-5-5 for the Sharks. So total score, technically Oregon's winning here, but still a lot to be determined. Next up, we will have the tumbling event.
Up next is a tumbling event. There are 6 heats.
The first 3 are the duo, trio, and quad, and they all have to be synced.
The next 3 are solo passes.
The judges are looking for stick landings and tight feet.
We fly high. Go Ducks.
They're really killing the flying puns.
Yes, gotta love those puns. That's Krista Phillips and Taylor Galvin. Phillips the senior, Galvin the junior. They're explaining the tumbling event. So in this event, judges looking for synchronization and technique from the tumblers. Athletes that have a gymnastic background usually really shine here in this event. Here's Hawaii Pacific with the duo heat. Heat number 1 here of the tumbling event. A little bit of movement there on the landing. Sync was pretty good for Hawaii Pacific. You see a replay on that one. Deja Polino and Michaela Garland. Didn't go off the mat, which would have been a little bit of a bigger deduction. But Garland and Polino pretty fired up about that one.
Yeah, Polino mentioned it, just a little bit of a lack of stick there on that landing.
So for Oregon, it's Blair Wilson, and Krista Phillips, a couple of seniors set to go for the Ducks in the duo tumbling pass for Heat 1. Heat 2 will be the trio tumbling pass. Heat 3 will be the quad tumbling pass. Here's Oregon's first heat of the tumbling event, trying to match Hawaii Pacific.
So there are 6 heats here in the tumbling, and the first 3 go left to right, as you just saw, or left to right, and a determinant to where their bench is, and then you go diagonal left on the last 3. So two different looks.
So here's Wilson and Phillips set to go for the Ducks. Oregon with a .1 lead here as we are in event number 5 of Oregon's home opening acro and tumbling meet of the year.
Wilson Phillips, is that a singer? Wilson Phillips?
You know what, it might be. I'm not going to commit to anything. It sounds very familiar. Maybe that's something you could Google. As we watch Oregon's heat number 1 here in the tumbling event.
Definitely a singer. It's a group.
There it is.
So they're allowed a step there at the end. That was clean.
Yes.
They're allowed 1 step, and it doesn't matter that one athlete was further along on the mat than the other. It's just about landing. Are they synchronized when they land? That's pretty good. See every foot tap, and then on the back handspring there, bang. Wow, that's pretty good.
Really impressive there. Couple seniors, Blair Wilson and Krista Phillips.
As impressive as Wilson Phillips.
Yes. I am not familiar with their music, but I would assume they are impressive. If they're anywhere near as impressive as that, it's going to be pretty darn good. Here we go with the trio tumbling pass. Pretty self-explanatory. You got 3 athletes trying to be as synchronized as Oregon was there on that first duo tumbling pass. For Hawaii Pacific, there are 3 athletes out there. Harley Diedrichsen, a sophomore, and then a couple of freshmen. Terry Podelnik and Elena Fields. So a young group here for the trio tumbling pass for the Sharks. And here we go. They're allowed to start off the mat.
Well, that's going to be a big deduction there. Out of sync and a misstep.
Yep. Not the best run, but they're still fired up. Young group, as you said. The sync started off pretty solid. It kind of got wavered a little bit there as it went on, but certainly with Oregon only up by .1 at this point in terms of total aggregate score, an opportunity to get it at least a decimals of points here in this heat. Everything counts, as we've been discussing throughout. the Hawaii Pacific, not their best heat there, but they're still fired up, staying positive.
They're still dancing. They're having fun. That's great. Now, this is what I'm looking forward to. Taylor Galvin, an All-American last year.
Yes.
Really fun in the tumbling.
Well, she's actually national champion in her both freshman and sophomore years. She's a 5'5" junior coming out of Foothill Ranch, California. National champion in 2015 in the open tumbling event. 2016 in the 6-element open tumbling. So Galvin is as good as it gets. She's one of the top tumblers in America, just a junior. You're going to want to watch her compete here. Really amazing to watch. She'll be competing, not competing with, she's teamed up here with Carolyn Matos and Peyton Kuhn, a sophomore and freshman respectively for the Ducks. Again, heat number 2 here at the tumbling events.
It's a good contingency of Sharks fans here behind us as well. It's good stuff.
Galvin, one of the top tumblers in the nation in this heat. Oregon with a starting value of 10.0. Not a big surprise. Watch this.
Chelsea Shaw likes it.
Yeah. She was sitting right in front of us. She's fired up about that one. Especially after what we saw from Hawaii Pacific.
And look who's right there on the replay. Alexis Cross, counting them out as they go down the mat.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. She's one of the kind of emotional leaders of the team.
Very vocal, as you can see there.
So now we move on to heat number 3 here with Hawaii Pacific, the quad tumbling pass. Again, 4 athletes trying to be synchronized here in the tumbling pass. For Hawaii Pacific, Mara Paquette, Haley Turner, Hannah Riker, and Amanda Lapinez. Sharks led by Keenan Wan, former Oregon Duck, as we mentioned earlier. She's in her 4th year as head coach of Hawaii Pacific. Still friends with Chelsea Shaw. We saw them kind of meet up earlier. As are a lot of teams, programs, coaches in this sport. Great camaraderie, sportsmanship, and love between teams. Everyone's rooting for each other.
It's like a family reunion.
It is. Here we go. Heat number 3, the quad tumbling pass. Hawaii Pacific. Much better than their 3rd heat. In sync there. Starting difficulty of only 8.5. Not the most difficult routine there for Hawaii Pacific. But if you execute that well, you're going to keep yourself within striking distance here down the stretch.
Yeah, Mara Paquette a little out of sync there. But, as you mentioned, much better than their previous one. Every little thing counts. And especially as we get closer to the team event, this gets more important.
And Oregon is just a phenomenal tumbling team. Their total score here in the 6 heat, total starting value, that is to say, in the 6 heats of the tumbling event, 59.75 compared to Hawaii Pacific at 56.55.
That's out of a total of 60.
Yeah, so you just crunch the numbers there, and Oregon's already with a 3-point advantage. Hawaii Pacific with an uphill climb needing to execute perfectly. The Ducks can make up some points here. Here we go, Oregon with their shot at the quad tumbling pass.
Oh,
wow.
Off sync there on the final pass, but the final flip, I should say, but that was pretty darn good before that.
They love it.
Chelsea Shaw is fired up.
9.95 starting value. And based on their reaction as her teammates form a tunnel for the 4 that were just out there, we got to give their names. For Oregon, Kaylee Michaud, Nicole Kelly, Tia Thomas, Hannah Blair. Impressive there on the quad tumbling pass.
That was impressive. No back handsprings, back flips. I get dizzy watching them, I gotta admit.
Unbelievable. I can't even do a cartwheel. I mean, we've already established that we can't do this, but it's just every event you watch is the next level of My goodness.
Halftime show, we should have gone out there and tried to show how hard this was. We talked about it before, man. These have to be some of the best athletes on the entire campus of any university that they're at.
Absolutely. Because you go from, for example, Alexis Cross for Oregon, acts as a base sometimes, lifts up her teammates, and the next event, she's doing a back salto layout 720 in the air with a split.
And she can crab.
She can crab, which is, as we know, a phenomenal athletic achievement.
And a tasty snack, I guess.
I guess so. Here's the aerial heat open. This is just one person. So this is heat number 4 here of the tumbling event. One person executing a tumbling pass. You're looking to have a start value there of 10. That was Amara Paquette there on heat number 4 here of the tumbling pass. Starting value on that was a 9.55. And you get a look at the replay there. She's going to be pretty darn happy about that one. Putting the pressure on the Ducks a little bit. For Oregon, it's going to be Regan Trussell, the junior.
That's what we talked about. First 3 from left to right, right to left. The next 3 diagonal.
Trussell, the junior, coming out of Irvine, California. A top for Oregon and also one of their competitors here in the aerial portion of the final 3 heats of tumbling. So in the tumbling event, the final 3 heats, this is the aerial portion, then you have the 6 element, and then it's open.
Basically a freestyle.
Right. So here's the aerial portion, starting value for Trussell of 10.0. So watch out here, a difficult run for the junior. She can pull it off. Wow. Coming right at us here at the scorer's table. Chelsea Shaw loves it, gets a big hug from her 3rd season head coach. The bench loves it. What a run there for Regan Trussell.
And I mean, 10.0 will tell you all you need to know. That is a tough pass. Beautiful.
Again, you are, as you mentioned earlier, Zach, you are allowed that last step. It's kind of an extra balance step. Every move's got to be intentional, and that's one of those moves that's intentional. It's not that she's off balance. You're allowed that step in order to kind of land. Pressure here in the tumbling event's really on Hawaii Pacific. I mean, through the first 3 heats of this, compulsory acro and pyramid, this one was, and toss even after the 4th event, really close. But now Oregon, you can really kind of feel it now. The Ducks are taking control. They're feeling confident on their bench, and Hawaii Pacific needs to finish strong here the last couple heats and also do well in the team event. Don't have the scores yet, but based on starting values and execution.
So here's the 6 element.
Heat number 5. That was Deja Polino there for Hawaii Pacific, the junior. Starting value on that one of 9.8. So a difficult run there in the 6th element. Heat number 5 of the tumbling event. So you're going to have 6 different elements to your tumbling pass, which Polino did there and did a pretty nice job with it.
Now here's the national championship for Oregon, or national champion, I should say. Taylor Galvin, the junior.
This is the exact event she won the national championship in last year. 6 element tumbling.
I mean, she's the best in the nation. This is what you want to see.
This is as good as it gets. Starting value, you want to guess?
I'm going to guess 10.0.
It is.
Partly because I already knew that, but I want to guess 10.0 anyway.
Wouldn't expect anything less from Taylor Galvin, the junior out of Foothill Ranch, California. El Toro High School, one of the best tumblers in all of America. And here she goes.
Nice.
And she gets a clap from the Hawaii Pacific bench as well. They're all, I saw the Hawaii Pacific bench nodding their heads with a face kind of saying, wow.
Yeah,
yep,
that's the national champion in that event.
Yeah, that'll work. That's pretty good. Look at that. It's a 10.0 starting value. You can see the bench back there, a few of them clapping, saying respect.
And you notice they're usually practicing while Oregon is doing their event. They all stopped and watched.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to stop and watch when she's out there. And it just